Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the little break we got. It's going to be a short week, just because the way that the days match up, but hey, I'm here. Shout out to all the people in the chat room. And again, I'm glad you are joining me here with episode 254. Of course, sponsored by Equity Feed, best scanner in the market, equityfeed.com. Get 2 weeks free, no credit card required. What's going on, Kenneth Rosenberg? This is, Ken from New York. Okay, yeah, in Florida. What's up, man? Legendary Eights, Michael B., Chris McKinney, Ann Bullard, Charlotte Hammock, Poker Pro, what's going on? Juan Perez, Jay Bino, Donzel Essex, Chris McKinney, of course, first one in the building. Looks like Poker Pro was in here too. P Bank, Joel Kraft, Kenny Dutton, Javier Bowen, all the usuals, DPG. Yeah, I was going to hit you guys with that murder mace. Oh, man, my shout out to my man Mace. I was going to hit that with the welcome back, Shout out to Mace, man. This is a classic jam right here, man. That Murder Mace music. I don't know what y'all know about that Murder Mace. This is a classic jam right here. Yeah. Let me go ahead and stop that before they shut my stream off. But I was going to hit you with that Murder Mace welcome back. Yes, indeed. Classic song. I love that jam. That's a good summer jam, man. That's a good summer jam. All right. And I'm looking forward to the album, man. I mean, he came out. And honestly, real quick, I think that situation with Mace and Cam was a setup, man. I personally think that was all just to get him back in the game, honestly. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, today, so-so day overall on the markets. Nothing overly impressive. Nothing like overly impressive. In my opinion. Let me see here. Unless I missed something. I didn't see anything. Let me see here. Poker face. I didn't see anything overly impressive today. I'm scanning the market for news. All right, scanning the market for news. The Bitcoin stocks are still doing what they're doing. I want to talk to you guys about an exciting stock called PRED that is squeezing the shit out of shorts. PRED. We'll talk about that OTC stock. When I saw a former CEO of former CEO of Pfizer coming aboard an OTC company, that was a huge signal. Something's coming up with PRED. I don't know what yet, but something's coming up. WATT. Yeah, EKSO. Shout out to EKSO traders. Shout out to EKSO traders. Yeah, Watt was the only thing, people made money on. That's why everybody's talking about it. Shout out to black box stocks. Man, I got too much money at other places, though. That's my only thing. Shout out to Watt. But if you were on black box stocks, you got the alert for Watt. Again, I got the link in the description. You want to take advantage of black box stocks. $75 a month is cheaper than, I think it's like 79 now, but it's cheaper than Tim Sykes' Stocks to Trade. It's pretty much the same thing. It's an algorithm-based alert system. I like black box stocks a little bit better, just because, of course, it's cheaper. It's half the price, and it pays for itself. It pays for itself within the first week. And it's every day, so it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, we see this. It's boom, 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 boom. I have to talk about altcoins. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk a little bit about it, but, Bitcoin isn't like, I talk Bitcoin here and there, but it's not like, at the end of the day, we're here about penny stocks. What's up, Jay Wallace? IMMUT. Yeah, let's check it. But anyway, shout out to Watt. Let me get this VWAP out of here. Shout out to Watt. Here's the 5-minute chart in the stock. I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful here, man. Again, here's the 8 exponential moving average, the 4 and 8 if you want to take, but the 8 would have kept you into the trade here. And, on the 5-minute, I know some of you guys use a 1 minute, but, I tried to get the noise out. Even if you go with the 15, I mean, it's just the way it traded today. You really didn't. I mean, even if you just said, okay, hey, look, I wanted to break its morning high, right? Let's just say you wanted the stock to break its morning high. So even if you played just the morning high, it broke the high and you went in and you just stayed in the trade. 646, you are on the air. I think this is Ken. What's up? Hey, Ken, can you hear me? I'm not hearing you, Ken, for whatever reason. Can you guys hear Ken? Hold on, I'm not hearing Ken. Hold on, because I'm not hearing Ken. Hey, Ken, let me give you a second, bro, because I'm not hearing you. Yeah, I can't hear you, Ken. So give me a call back. Give me a call back, because I mean, we picked up the line, but I can't hear you. You said cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies is I won't say it's the be-all, end-all, but yeah, it's very much like an OTC stock market, right? I mean, you're talking about, many of these won't end up making it. Goddamn, put all these damn things on my chart. Hold on. But you gotta play it wisely and smart. We talked about Ripple last week and how you're gonna get another chance to get it at 90 cents. Remember, it went to $1.20, and I said, look, you're gonna be able to get an opportunity to get it back again at 90 cents. And then what did it do? It pulled all the way back to as low as, I want to say, 87, 88, and then now it's back up over $1. So shout out to Ripple traders. All right, let's keep it moving. PTOP, peer-to-peer network, another OTC cryptocurrency play. We've got a few marijuana stocks, too, going into cryptocurrency. Again, the exposure is kind of trivial, but, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to play the news. You got to play the news. And one OTC marijuana play that is now, I guess you could call it a cryptocurrency stock now, CBIS. If you guys aren't knowing CBIS, this stock up over 125% over the last, I want to say 6 days now. Yeah, just a little bit over my 7 days. So 7 days, 125% CBIS since they released that news back there on the 21st. Actually, it came out the 21st. If you look on OTCmarkets.com. So, yeah, call me back, Ken, if you get that sound situation straightened out. The Federalist told you about TWM. Yeah, look, the marijuana plays are up. I don't take that away from anybody. The marijuana plays are up. Canopy growth is up, right? So, not a big fan of them because I just feel like they're already, they're expensive and, But, yeah, gains are gains. I mean, 12%, 12%. All right, gains are gains. These are Canopy growth, and I've said this several times. It's probably the most legit marijuana play out there. Period. Canopy growth is the real deal. 561, you're on the air. What's up?
It's Ken from Florida. How's it going?
Hey, Ken, what's up, man?
How are you? How's it going? What a day today. With I heard you speak about Pred, but and the marijuana stocks were really going today. The MCOA, the MJTK, the MJNA, CBIS.
I told everybody about MCOA. In fact, you called up about it. I said this is my favorite. I love MCOA. This is the one with the volatility. I'm in this very, very heavy. I'm not going to sell. I think this is a stock that could go higher. I talked about 6 cents. It hit 6 cents. But the pullback wasn't that strong. So I'm thinking, okay, we might have one more day. I'm probably being a little bit greedy, but I'm already up so big in the stock.
Yeah.
I'm willing to let it ride a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But
I'm glad it worked
across the board, incredible gains on marijuana.
Yeah, really, really great. What a day today.
Yeah.
You spoke a little bit about the PRED that I had spoken to you about on the show earlier. So you do like what you're seeing. That's good.
Yeah, I'm liking the increasing volume, right? I'm liking the increasing volume. I'm liking the talk on the message boards that's building up here. And I like the fact that, the stock dipped. I mean, it pulled back almost to 91 cents today. I mean, it did pull back to 91 cents.
That's right.
And you had buyers there. So that was very, very interesting to me. And I'm going to be really watching this moving forward because I like the news coming out. I like the fact that, they are pretty far ahead in terms of their technology and the interesting personalities that are involving themselves around the business. This is really interesting to see people who, looking into their bios, they have quite a reputation. So this isn't like fly-by-night type of thing. These are some real, bigwigs messing around with PRED. So we're going to keep watching and stay on top of this one.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. What else? And also, you mentioned Bitcoin earlier in the show. The PTOP, that's been another one that's been really strong. Look at the chart on that, and the volume continues to be impressive on it.
Yeah, volume volume was really impressive. Today was another interesting day too, right? This was another stock that pulled back today, but again, you had buyers at these lower levels who were saying, okay, I'm going to come in here because I think there's a possibility this can go up higher. And obviously the believers who jumped in there on 3 cents, they're sitting on some nice gains right now.
Thank you. And my last one is the IMMU. I know it's a higher price stock. I don't know how many people like that kind of stock on this show, but I've done well with this one. I really have. It's just steady gains.
Yeah, this is obviously a bigger company, $2 billion market cap. So, this is a real company going on here. Obviously, it's had a really nice 2017 recent breakout of that 2017 high, which was with 1441 or so. So now continuing to go up higher here at 1575. Nice biotech play here.
So great, Sal. I'm on vacation with the family here, so I'm going out, but I wanted to make sure I called in tonight.
Not a problem. Hey, I appreciate you for calling.
Yes, enjoy. Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Go ahead and enjoy your family. Yeah, I did see that announcement that they brought in John Sorrento, who is the big wig over there at Pfizer. And that's really interesting. So I'm trying to figure out why would they bring in a Pfizer rep onto the team. Why would they bring a Pfizer rep onto the team? I mean, this guy was the former chief operating officer of their he's still, sorry about that. He's still with them. He's still with Pfizer. My bad. He is the chief operating officer of their vaccine research and development over there at Pfizer. All right. And that's interesting to see. Again, a company, PRED, which has a market cap of less than 200 million, bringing on somebody from a company that large. So I'm watching that very carefully. IMMU is not the cheapest. It's not the cheapest stock. I'm dirt cheap. I love dirt cheap stocks. Love dirt cheap stocks. MJ, let's take a look at MJ. I kind of forgot about MJ, right? It's a marijuana play, but I mean, dilution is just incredible with them. So again, it's a lottery ticket. Shout out to all the people who are playing, what's that, Powerball tonight? Shout out to all the people playing Powerball tonight. I don't like to look at my tickets until the next day. I don't know why. It's just my thing. I don't like to look at the drawing or some shit like that. I always look at it the next day. I never win though, so I mean, that's why I never spend more than about $20 on that shit. Yeah, get those likes up. Appreciate you, all of you who are in here right now to talk about penny stocks. RCHA, this was one of my calls from a way back when. It didn't pop when I said it was going to pop, but then it did pop. And then when it did, everybody who got in with me, was already out, and they missed out on it because it didn't happen when they wanted it to. So, because good things sometimes take time. So RCHA, don't know what is going on with the stock right now. As you can see here, it's sitting there at 0005. Figure out where the news is. As you can see, hasn't had much volume, not much is going on. But it might be a nice little stock you can camp in if you're willing to be a little bit patient. But again, go figure out what's going on with the stock if you're looking to make a purchase. Style Black Box stock, do they do just penny stock alerts or do options? Here's the thing. They have an options thing, but it's more for stocks. It's more for stock alerts. I mean, that's basically why you buy black box stocks, is for the alerts. There's a pre-market runner or a market runner, news drops, unusual buying activity. That's what you buy black box stocks for. It's for the alert. All right, and they're really, really good. They're really good. In fact, do your research on it. I mean, just go on Twitter or look up the YouTube videos. Use my link. Support my channel. Use my link to go through it. All right, I appreciate that. Appreciate that more piece. Yeah, that was a nice little runner. TXTM. Let's take a look at it, Kenny. What's going on with TXTM? TXTM. I keep bringing up that other TXTM. Protex Mobility. Okay, so we got some movement in there. This was another stock that had a nice little run at the beginning of the year, but things went quiet, not much. You did have consistent buying, but interesting to see the breakout on unusual volume recently in TXTM. Stock pulled back today. Again, but I don't know what's going on with TXTM. I do see here there's some news. Actually, no, that's back from September. That's back in September. So, yeah, it's been pretty quiet. That is another marijuana stock, too. What's going on, Lamprey Milt? Okay, let's take a look at it. SPI. It's so funny, Poker Pro, because you were big on SPI, and then they had like a weird ass run after you kind of stopped talking about it. That was I want to say that was that back on the 8th. You were talking about it, and then it sold off, and then all of a sudden it was like a weird run back on the 8th. And then today too, you had a nice little run to as high as 80 cents before selling off. That was really unusual too. So there's some kind of just maybe chat room gossip or whatever. They're trying to, move this higher. I know it's got a very small float, so a lot of people are excited about it. Yeah, it's got a small little float. They love the chat room pump this thing. I know they would like that. I know they would like that. Yeah, here's the 5-minute. You can see the moves in it. Where the volume kind of came in. Unusual volume here at 11, and then some heavy buying activity at around 12:30. You're in and swing traders all morning? Okay. Yeah, I've been waiting for the pullback on Kush Bottles. And again, this is another OTC stock I've been so interested in. I wrote up an article on my website. I've been left in the dust on Kush Bottles, man. I wrote it on my website, advancedequityresearch.com, about 2.5 weeks ago. I said Kush Bottles is a buy long term. I love what they're doing. That Tiger 21 behind them, which is a $50 billion hedge fund that's supporting the company. And I thought we would get a pullback by now, but I mean, it really hasn't happened. Maybe that 280 was it, but I thought the low twos. I thought we were going to get some lower twos, and it's not happening. So up 12.4% today on Kush Bottles KSHB, And I'm telling you guys right now, California goes legal. Is it this week? Shout out to all the people in California. As it goes legal this week, right? I think it goes legal this week. Yeah, man. I mean, Kush Bottles is going all the way. That's what's going to happen, man. That's what's going to happen. When Kush Bottles goes all the way, that's just basically what's going to happen, man. January 1st. Okay, January 1st. January 1st. That's going to be huge for the state of California, man. A lot of jobs are going to be coming out of the marijuana. Let me tell you something right now. Those of you guys who want to break into the marijuana business, right? Maybe you're not doing anything. You don't have any skills. You're looking, get in now, man, because this is an industry that's not going anywhere. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to get in here at the beginning, and who knows where you can work yourself up in the business, where over time, as the business becomes consolidated, because it will consolidate as more, I would say, big money comes in, right? Because now you've got a lot of small little, it's kind of like at the beginning of oil. If you guys have studied a business in America, you know at the beginning of oil, there was all these little small startups, right? A whole bunch of little small startups. Well, eventually that industry consolidated, right? And that's an opportunity for somebody in here or somebody you know who can get in right now where there are plenty of opportunities to maybe join up with a small company that's doing something, gain the experience, and as you grow, you know, more experience and the business consolidates, you'll have the resume needed to move forward and maybe get into a great, you know, great company. You know, that's your thing. Patent the grade, you talking about crude stocks. Yeah, I wrote up on LNGG. That's another crude stock. I put a $50 price target on this about almost a week ago now. Look at my web page. It's at $39.75. I wrote up the stock at around 34, so it's up about $5 now. I'm looking for the breakout here in LNGG. Former New York Stock Exchange company, went OTC, staying OTC, but now they're talk that they might split, so you might be able to get yourself 3 shares in about 3 different companies that might split out of this thing on LLGG. But again, I love oil and gas right now for the long term, because we talked about how this tax plan, oil, industrials, they're all some of the most heavily taxed industries in our country. These are big, heavily taxed companies. This tax plan works best for them, and I like the industry long term. Yeah. All right, but, you know, some of the OTC, you know, oil and gas plays, I wouldn't play them the same way, right? I won't play them the same way. Off the top of my head, BLKG, dilution is, you know, just absolutely insane right now. This is a stock, I don't even know if is it still trading? BLKG? I think they still are. But you're going to have to do some research. Matter of fact, let me write that down. I got to do some more research in oil and gas, because it's been a while since I've updated myself on oil and gas plays on the over-the-counter market. All marijuana stocks. Yeah, and you could also just Google Google the marijuana ETF. Something like that, or the marijuana something at exchange or something like that. But oh yeah, I forgot about that. Site was slow as hell last time. Yeah, we brought it up, but the site was slow as fuck. I gotta find a better stocks. Yeah, probably that all marijuana stocks Jeff Thayer's talking about. What's up, Jeff? Javier Bowen, you say you know about everything about Gevo, the alternative fuel company. You know, it's sad story about Gevo, because again, I've talked about this company quite a bit. They signed the deal with Alaska Airlines to produce, you know, a alternative to crude for them. The plane took off. It flew on the product, right? It's cheaper than crude, but I mean, now crude is at what, 60-something, 50-something, and the stock hasn't done anything. Where are the orders? Right? Where are the orders? We haven't seen it. And obviously it's showing in the fact that the stock is trading at 60 cents and has been trading under $1 going back to the beginning of this year practically. There has been no movement. Do I think American Green stock will do good? Is American Green stock the ERBB? They were on CNBC. Yeah, American Green. Okay, yeah. This is the company that bought that city, right? They bought like a city out there in California. Honestly, I think it's a good short-term deal, but they kind of fucked up because the county is a dry county. It's a dry county. So they can't sell marijuana in that city. So they kind of fucked up on that. I think there's some better players that you can go. There's some better players that you can go with. All right. So when we talk about what's going on in California, SRNA, do you guys remember me bringing up SRNA yesterday? Or not yesterday, the last show? SRNA, their business is heating and ventilation and the air condition systems for the legal marijuana market. So I like businesses that don't necessarily sell marijuana, but they're involved in the business of marijuana. 484, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, man, how you doing? It's Seth.
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
It's Seth. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, Steph. Okay, cool, man. What you got for us, Ray?
My first stock is FCX. I don't know if you guys talked about this already, but it's been a beast for a little bit. They are I believe, a mineral mining company, and they have business in the United States, Indonesia, Peru, and Chile. Haven't really done too much digging as to the news on why they've been up, but they've been on like a monster tear this year. There was a little doji candlestick today, but I don't know if that's a pullback or what, but it's already broke out over the $16 level, and it's just been running for a while now.
Yeah, looking real nicely here on the weekly chart. You're breaking some multi-year highs here and headed for a little bit of maybe, well, yeah, I think you can get there. I mean, it looks like it's headed for that 2250. You're at 1869 right now. You're a ways away, but again, this is a large cap stock, so you're going to have to do some research on it. But right now, yeah, the technicals look very healthy. It's a recent breakout for that 2017 high. So it's going higher and doing really well. You're hot right now on the RSI. You're at 84. Obviously, we do know that can go higher, but just letting you know that it's getting hot right now, and it's already been hot over the last few days. I mean, you've gone from 14 to 1869 since the beginning of December. So I think you're probably buying into some highs here. But if you're interested in it, man, find out why it's moving, and then see if you can play, to the downside and go in, long when it pulls back and cools off a little bit.
Another stock I was looking at was XNet, XNET. They've had a good past couple of days because every time it comes down to around the 12.25 level, it bounces back up. I actually swing traded this earlier in the week, made a little bit of money, but it's kind of a volatile stock when the volume's there. But it's been doing good the past couple of days, so I got my eye on it. Yeah, because this stock can run really fast when the buyers come in.
Yeah, I see here 6.1 million shares traded today. It's actually done. The average is about 11.5, so it was a little bit of a light day for the stock, and but it looks like it's wedging a little bit here. So we're going to figure out very soon what this stock wants to do. So we're getting a little bit tight here. In fact, let me put the bands on. Yeah, the bands are coming together here on XNet. So we're going to find out very soon what exactly this stock wants to do on XNet.
And another one, Dries had a pretty good day today. I know a couple days ago they released some news about a facility, a vessel site that they sold that would free up some cash. But today's move it basically closed over the past 4 days closes. So I know Dries is kind of a BS stock, so we'll see if it can continue to run. But it was a nice move on Dries today.
Yeah, I was impressed by Dries' move today because it broke the wedge that I had been tracking for several days now, and now it's gotten back literally to where it just fell off at. I mean, so, to see Dries holding these threes and these low threes so well, I'm very surprised. I mean, this is a stock that typically really struggles, and for it to find support like it's been doing week in and week out, and I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. So I'm trying to figure out, do they know something we don't know? Is there something coming or what?
Yeah.
But
news came out, I believe, 2 days ago. Cause I saw it in the pre-market. It says right here, receives firm commitments for 2 senior secured credit facilities. And I believe they're selling something, but which freed up some cash or whatever. I don't know if that's the actual reason for the run, but these stocks like Dries, the shippers, some of these like lower priced NASDAQs really scared me to hold overnight because you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen the next morning.
Right.
Right now, I think EKSO is having an offering, I believe, because the after hours it was shitting on itself.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So like, I've been trying to hold more like larger caps overnight, and get away from like the lower NASDAQ because there's a lot of offerings and funny stuff that goes on sometimes. So it's kind of risky with some of these companies.
I definitely feel what you're saying. Trying to protect, some gains and being able to sleep a lot better at night. I mean, I definitely understand that. All right, appreciate the call, bro.
And I just wanted to, one of my favorite channels on YouTube right now, which I've been getting a lot of great ideas from. I don't know if you guys watch it or are familiar with it, but it's called Chat with Traders. And this is a YouTube site where a bunch of very successful traders come in and they do interviews. And I forget the interviewer guy's name, but he's very good. I've learned a lot of like different ideas, and it's nice to hear from other successful traders. And usually they're more professional traders, not like retail. There's some retail traders that come on the show, but a lot of these guys have a lot of experience in the markets. The last guy I watched was, I think his name was Han something, and he was the guy that, he was basically a whistleblower when the HFTs were doing all their little scams or whatever. And yeah, this is a very interesting YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in like learning some different things and hearing from like successful traders, that's a good page to look into.
All right, appreciate it, bro. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed, man. Chat with Traders has been around for a long time, got a lot of episodes. It's a very interesting podcast. I just can't stand the guy's voice, but yeah, it's been a while since I've checked it out. I got to check it out now. Maybe he's not as irritating, but it's very hard for me sometimes to listen to the Australian accent because it just, oh my God, it just kills me, man. It just kills me. That's why when I was learning about Forex, if you ever notice, a lot of guys who are like in Forex are Australian in terms of like the training and coaching. So I would download like a Forex, like, learn Forex, and I'll download it, be like this Australian accent. I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. All right. Anyway, let's keep it going. Somebody brought up ARDN. Who was that? Who brought up Jason? ARDN. What's up with ARDN, man? I like the move for a company with the market cap under $100 million. It's actually pretty cheap. Well, actually, I mean, $6. I mean, we've seen cheaper. But that must mean it's got a very low float, man. It's got to have a very low float. If we're talking about a company that's trading at $6, $80 million market cap, and moving like it is right now on this light of volume. Only put up 179,000 in volume today, yet it's up almost 8.4%. So I wrote it down, and I'm going to be looking at that because that's quite an unusual move. Kenny doesn't. Yeah. Shout out to Chat with Traders. Somebody says we're going to the moon. And Dries, that's Cali Rob. We'll see, man. Like again, I'll be looking forward to it. Dries was once a $100 stock at one time. Y'all remember that. Y'all remember that. So shout out to Dries. I'd love to see Dries, you know, end up being great again.
Perfect.
You know, let's make Dries great again. 2018 FDA approval. Okay. We'll definitely keep watching it. Keep bringing it up. BYAP lotto ticket. BYAP lotto ticket. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I do see it's up 100%. I mean, to 0002. Hopefully, let's see people keep holding it. Let's see people keep holding it. Let's see people keep holding it. It was $100 for about 30 minutes. Yeah, it was $100 for like 30 minutes. But hell, I mean, shit, if you had bought it where it took off at, I mean, 100 is 100. You know, that was Elfin back in the day. That was Elfin back in the day. You said USEI. Yeah, I'm not talking USEI too much because, you know, I've been preaching USEI. I'm telling people, be patient with me. I brought USEI at 0003. I brought it at 0003. I kept telling people, stay with it, man. Be patient. Be patient. This was maybe, what, 6-7 months ago? You know, 6-7 months ago. If you got in with, you've already doubled your money in it. I'm telling you right now, this is a California-based company. California goes live on the 1st. Just, you heard USEI here first. Just know that. Just know you heard USEI here first before anybody else was talking about it. Let's keep it moving. LVVV. Live wire. Okay, shit. Well, damn, see, sometimes everything doesn't get picked up. God damn. Live wire ergonomics. Or ergogenetic. I don't know. I keep fucking up on that name. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some research on LLV, ladies and gentlemen. I do see here OTC Pink. They are current. 38 million shares traded today. Where's all this volume coming from, man? Where's all this volume coming from? Let me check my email real quick. See if this company's ever been pumped before. LVVV. LVVV. Okay, I do see a couple alerts from pennystocks24.com. All right, so okay, they got some email sent out on it. I do see here they did probably something back in the day with small cap voice. All right, so okay, so they definitely know how to put the word out. They definitely know how to put the word out. I'll keep watching it. I'll keep watching it. It's a weed stock located in California. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And you're going to start seeing a lot more of that too, you know. But I'm telling you guys right now, we're going to be jumping on top of this gaming because I'm telling you, these gaming stocks, these casino stocks, you got to get yourself a list. Get yourself a list of some of these casino stocks that are positioned to take advantage when that ruling drops that you know, the United States has an unconstitutional rule that prevents people from being able to bet on sports. When that drops, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see some of these casino stocks go crazy. Go crazy. And just like you're seeing so many of these companies announcing that, hey, we're a Bitcoin stock, we're a cryptocurrency stock, you're going to see so many rush to go into that business. LTBR, let me just go to LTBR, Lightbridge. Yeah, this is, okay, so I remember looking at this one today. I remember seeing this one today. But yeah, this is another one that got the alert, but again, missed opportunity looking at other things today. You know, there's a lot of stocks that, you know, you want to trade, you want to be able to jump in. Watt was moving. This one was moving too. You know, here it is, LTBR. You had to be really quick with this. This is a 5-minute chart. So there was opportunities here, right? I mean, there were opportunities for you to get into this stock. Let's put up the 1 minute and see how that played out. As you can see here, you had the pullback opportunity. You had the pullback opportunity about 15 minutes into the day. And, you know, that's a beautiful pullback. It doesn't happen, you know, so well like that, where you get the bounce off the high, the pullback off the high. You find support, and then boom, what a run from 150 to 2. 50-cent move there, and then you sell off and you create that new high, and that the stock really never gets back to there again. But that's a beautiful morning run, man. That is a beautiful morning run. All right, that's the 1 minute chart, and I like the 5 minute just to get out get rid of the noise. But again, whether you were on the 1 or the 5, as you can see here, you had a strong move. You had a very, very strong move in LTBR in that morning. What's going on, E-Man? ZDPY? Zone Properties? Okay, yeah, this is the real estate investment, real estate investment play. I think they've got some marijuana thing that they got going on too, right? They got some kind of marijuana. Yeah, okay, okay. Indoor harvest. Right, okay, so yeah. This is a marijuana play. You're going to have to do some research on it, based out of Arizona. I got to update myself on where the market is in terms of Arizona when it comes to development. Are they already retail? Are they already retail fully? Okay. Tim says, what are some good pot stocks you would recommend? Well, I think you missed the boat on my MCOA. I've been talking about it so much that I think you probably missed the boat on MCOA. I wouldn't bring you in at these prices. But another one that I like that it might not be too late for. Yeah, MJNA had a really good MJNA. I got the alert on MJNA. God damn, you might be late on that one too. What happened to is CVSI? Where are they at? Oh shit. Okay, damn. CVSI is one of the laziest ones. That one's moving up today. Shit. Hold on. Damn. Hold on. That's one of the more lazy. Okay, how about MSIG? Damn, even MSIG getting green. All right. RSII. Okay, RSII. Okay, you're going to have to figure. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me not put you in this. OWCP. Where's OWC? Okay. Now, OWCP had a good day today. But this could be the beginning of something. I like OWCP because it's had an incredible run in the past. Some of you guys haven't brought up OWCP. I haven't brought it up, admittedly, in a while, but OWCP might be that one. Now, if you're sensitive and you're like, man, I'm looking for sub 1 penny or sub penny, there's some out there, but you're running out of time. We just looked at the RSII, but you might be running out of time on that. But OWCP got to be one to watch. I see some people bringing up Buds. Buds is kind of expensive, right? Yeah, Buds is up there. Mass Roots. I think it's MSRT, right? Yes, MSRT, Mass Roots. Here's Mass Roots. Damn, it got to as low as 15 cents. Mass Roots, there we go. Up 100%. Up 100% since November 1st on Mass Roots. CNAB. Boy, it feels good to be talking about marijuana when it's doing well. You guys remember middle of the year, marijuana was like, good God, how low can you go? How low can you go? I mean, that's how I felt about marijuana, in the middle of the year. It was like, God damn. Shit. Yeah, the Canadian ones are doing well. MJNA, I pulled it up. I love the breakout here from July. As you can see here, I got it marked on my chart on MJNA. So Let's see. Let's see. You know, MJNA had stayed, you know, underneath that 12-cent level, going back to as far as April. So, yeah, MJNA not too bad. Not too bad on MJNA. TRTC is another one that used to be really, really great. TRTC putting on some gains. But again, you know, spread the money out. You can diversify a little bit in that. I know some guys aren't big on diversifying when it comes to OTCs, but, you know, some of these run better than others. And I think, you know, spread your money a little bit around in terms of, you know, the business of marijuana, and then the, you know, support systems around the business. As I brought up SRNA and Kush bottles and many of those other products as well. TRTC is kind of diluted. Yeah, I mean, it's still moving pretty nice. I mean, 20 million shares, 5% move. It's a 30-cent stock. That's not too bad. Rocky Mountain High Brands. Rocky Mountain High Brands. Yeah, that's some interesting chart playing around going on in Rocky Mountain High Brands. Up 28% today. Stock is up over 28%. Juan Perez, man. Let me give y'all a shout out to Rocky Mountain High Brands, man. That was a stock that was, as you can see, was losing for a long time, man. Let me give them the kids cheer of that. That stock was losing for a long time, man. So I'll give it to him on Rocky Mountain High Brands. Yeah, ERBB got the number called today. GRNH. Green Growth Technologies. Let me bring it up. Because y'all going to make me look at all the goddamn weed stocks now. I'm like, what the hell? All right. Oh, marijuana stocks. Hold on. List of marijuana stocks. ACAN. I kind of forgot about ACAN. ACAN. Nope, that's not them. ACAN. OTC stock. ACAN. Where are they at? 321. Damn. Okay, so it looks like they must have reverse split, or maybe I'm tripping on what I thought they would be trading for right now. I'm tripping on what I thought they'd be trading for right now. Rocky Mountain High Brands got a contract in Mexico. CBIS. What happened to Canagrow? CGRW. You guys remember them? Goddamn, CGRW up 12% today. Man, I'm telling you, when the market is hot, it moves fast, don't it? When the market is hot, it moves fast, man. Peak Pharmaceuticals. Let me see here. Peak Pharma. Yeah, Peak Pharma, PKPH. Only 100,000 shares traded today. This might be the hidden jewel that nobody's talking about right now. PKPH. It's Peak Pharmaceuticals, but it's Peak Pharma. They also go by Cannabis Therapy Corp. I wrote that one down because I'm going to be watching this one too. PKPH. That's a marijuana play. The volume isn't there just yet, but I feel like, you know, they've missed out so far. But you might find guys who might find an opportunity to start talking about it again. Rocky Mountain, his own backyard in Texas, call them exploding because they won't go nationwide in branding. Rocky Mountain Highs, okay. So Jeff, that's your. You feel like you're not interested in Rocky Mountain? Yeah, relatives say you got the 2 milli rock. Absolutely, man. January 1st, it's not just about the anticipation of January 1st in California, right? So obviously, you're partial to the California side, affiliated or California incorporated businesses, marijuana businesses. But it's the fact that you understand that it's going to be huge in California. I mean, this is going to be big. This is going to be big for the state. You got a lot of people who spent, years doing it, right? Getting to this point, and now the return on investment is going to be huge for them. You've got a lot of people who in California, who, by the way, it's going to be interesting to see what they've been, you got a lot of growers who are low-key doing it on the low, right? They were doing it on the low. Now they've got to go out and get certified. So the competition is going to be very healthy all across the board. Your E-Trade is full of TXA, USC, AMMJ. AMMJ, what's going on AMMJ? Okay, yeah, American Cannabis Company. Okay. Yeah. Don't forget that MCOA now. Don't forget that MCOA. We've gotten there before. We've gotten to these, at 8 cents, 10 cents. Although I'm thinking, like I said, I don't want to say jump in it because I feel like it's a little high right now. So it's gonna come back. But I'm praying for 10 cents on MCOA. Oh yeah, don't bring up AXIM again. You guys remember AXIM? AXIM, very good share structure. It's not the cheapest OTC stock in the world. It's at $7.90. But this is another one that, can really, really move when it's doing some insane numbers. Can really, really move. You said my girl gonna get mad for the long videos. I mean, it is what it is. We had a good conversation this holiday. And it's cool. For a while, you sold it off. Okay. TXTM. Here's the thing, man. Look, it takes time, man. It takes time. I remember talking about stocks like DC. What was that? Was it DTII? I remember talking about, in military stocks like DTII when they were like nothing. Right? When they were like basically nothing, And DTII was one of those, it was like way back here somewhere. It was basically nothing and then just exploded out of nowhere. So sometimes good things take time, man. AMLH, I think, was like that. AMLH was very much like that. It was a stock that was a 000 stock. Nobody really talked about it. It was there, it was there. And all of a sudden, the word just got out and everybody wanted it. But if you were in the stock at the 001s, at the 002s, you had the opportunity to make, this was like what, anywhere, I think it was like 17. You don't have to do the math on that. 0001 to 1 cent. Do the math on that. But it was a tradable stock, Let me see here. But yeah, some of these marijuana stocks, man. Let's see here. Waiting on the pullback on MCOA. Okay. What's going on, Andrew? Okay, what else is on your watch list? RGSE. Let's look at what is RGSE doing right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, real good solar. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about here. Real good solar. Yeah, NASDAQ play, renewable energy. Up 33% today. It doesn't hold gains very well. RGSE is looking like a short. RGSE is looking like a short. It doesn't hold gains very well, RGSE. The thing about it is that, the shares go by very quickly if there are any available right now to begin with. When are they trying to make gambling legalized? It can come as soon as January or as late as March. It can come as soon as January or as late as March. That's the decision on that. Said, where's Astrid? She's funny. I don't know. She's still on Twitter. She's popped up here once and before, but you know, they're all out here. Then keep buying hemp, HEMP. Yeah, I forgot. You could just put in hemp. Hemp has been trading, been one of those OTC stocks that's been around for a very, very long time, going back to, I think, 2012. You can go back to see hemp, and hemp has done some real numbers too. I mean, you can go all the way back. Obviously, it's kind of diluted a little bit since then, but hemp now at 2 cents a share. Hemp now at 2 cents a share. The stock is up over 130% since December the 1st too. Shit. Shout out to hemp. Jason, you said you're short Watt. I think that's going to be looking very good for you. Jason, Puro. Yeah, when I let me see. Here's the thing about Puro, because when I brought up Puro last week, and I said, hey, I think this is a buy. Ended up selling off the next day, and some guys were like, oh, what's going on? You said Puro was a buy. You said Puro was a buy. You got to be a little bit patient with this Puro thing. And the stock's up. It's kind of struggling with 0080, so I'm a little bit like, okay, what the hell is going on here with 0080? Is it like, somebody got a robo sale at that price or what? But I'll keep watching it. But now it's at 81 on the RSI, struggling with 0080. This is the second time. I think tomorrow could be kind of a dangerous day for PURO, but nice move on the stock overall though. Said Watt might be too short and sharp. We'll see. We'll see. It's always too soon. I mean, we'll see if you get squeezed, right? I mean, I love waiting for the first red day, preferably. I love waiting for the first red day, but 168% is a lot, right? 168% is a lot. And that's not even the high. It was actually higher than that. So, we'll see how traders react. But typically, if I'm a trader going into Watt and I'm interested in possibly going into the stock tomorrow, I'm looking for a discount on it. So I can see where the stock pulls back and loses, 10% before, you might say, hey, I want a piece of this. But you never know. You never know, because as we've said here on the show, the market is very intelligent, and you do have guys who say, oh, there got to be some people who are short this stock right now. Let me buy them in and see what happens. And next thing you know, you're getting your ass squeezed. Yeah. Yeah. Learning from Tim Sykes, that's what you learn the first red day. And it's always worked pretty well for me. It's always worked pretty well for me. Sometimes it doesn't go right. I mean, HMNY was, could have been a very bad disaster for me if I had jumped on a couple first red days on that one. Watt could hit 30 or go to 15. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, look at the, we saw the bonanza on LFIN, right? On LFIN, when LFIN a couple days ago, when LFIN had went from, single digits to 26, right? 5 to 26, everybody was very much the same. Oh man, $26 tomorrow. It's gonna be, and then they got their asses handed to them when the stock went the very next day from the high 30s all the way to as high as $140. So yeah, you got to be careful. You don't know. Don't underestimate the other guy's greed. And there's some greedy ass motherfuckers out here, man. The game order endorsed IBRC. The game endorsed them. When did the game endorse them? It's a pretty recent endorsement. IBRC. All right. Oh, OTC stock, pink. It's not current, though, so they're behind on filings. I do see here they have a recent 10K or 10Q posted. Oh, that float's pretty large. It's not too bad for OTC stock. Nice little movement in the stock today. I mean, but as you can see here, 0003. You said there were no shorts on the fourth day on Elfin. Yeah, we'll see, man. Time will tell on that one. Time will tell on that. Elfin had incredible range. Incredible range on Elfin. That was, wow. You know, you don't get too many moves like that. You don't get too many moves. You know, you get maybe, you know, a handful of those kind of trades every year, where you see a stock go from, you know, literally from 5 to 100 plus. You get a handful of those every year. We had quite a few of them this year too. Quite a few. This year, ADPT. Yeah. Shout out to ADT. We talked about that last week. ADT has that IPO. But I don't know what to say about ADT. I mean, you know, you see the commercials and stuff like that, but it's going to be interesting to see where they get priced at. That's, at the end of the day, I'm just going to see where they get priced at. On IPOs, you know, in the short term, you got to love them the day they come out, because for the most part, you know, people get really excited. You know, it's, especially with this one, it's a company that's been around for a while. It's been around for a while, so I can see ADT having a really good first day. You know, and I think that'd be a nice little money maker. Did I take Tim Sykes' course? I was subscribed to his course for a while, but you know, after you paying it monthly, man, after a while, you know, you get the gist of it. In my opinion, I don't like continue just giving somebody my money, you know, when I could be using that to trade. Especially when I'm already spending a couple $100 on the other things that I need to trade, my scanner, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, I got the DVDs, I downloaded whatever videos, and then, you know, there's so much free stuff now. Just a lot of buyers with a little algo glitch, in my opinion. Okay, Kelly, you're right. But what's moving Elfin now, though? What's moving Elfin now? You know, when the CEO comes up and says it's, you know, it's overpriced, what's moving it now? Why analysis too rich for, yeah. I mean, Watt is up there, right? Watt is up there. But we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to see whether or not that guy's right on his short, or are we looking at a stock where he gets his ass squeezed to 36, 37? You know, the thing about it is that when these stocks move from single digits into the 20s, and when there's buying, they go from the 20s to the 30s really quickly. Really quickly. Shit company, they were brought over a year ago. They're cutting cost. Have a friend that works for them, looking for a new job after 12 years. Okay. Yeah, that's always the tough thing, man. You know, when people been working at a company for a long time and they get laid off or they go look for something else. You know, you've been working at a company for 10 years. I mean, like, the people you work with are damn near family. You know what I mean? People there work with are damn near family. So, you know, it's hard for people to adjust to new environments like that. HLIX. HLIX. Don't know too much about this one. HLIX. HLIX. It says it's a marijuana company, but again, I don't know too much about it. GWPH is another one. GWPH. God damn, is this the GWPH I'm thinking about? Yeah, it is. 136 bucks. All right. INQD. OTC INQB trading at 28 cents a share. They're a developer of personalized cannabis medicines and a provider of advanced cultivation technology. methods, and processes. Obviously, everybody knows about K's. Everybody knows about K's. K's has been around for a while. 22 cents a share, K's. It's another one that can be a runner too. It can be a runner when it's doing the right thing. I brought up already LSIG. I kind of wrote a shit piece on LXRP just because I thought, what they have going on isn't really legit over there on my website. We talked about, it's been a long time since I brought up medicine, man. It's been a long time. Medicine, MediClinic, this is not the cheap, again, not a cheap stock, $600. $600. MYHI, Mountain High Acquisitions. MYHI. This is not Rocky Mountain High Brands. This is Mountain High Acquisitions. Mountain High Acquisitions is a turnkey, cutting-edge infrastructure provider to licensed cannabis growers, processors, and producers in regulated markets. Cutting-edge infrastructure. Okay, so they're like again, they don't necessarily sell, but they're kind of involved in the overall business. Trading just below 10 cents a share at 0.093. The elephant is just super low float, yeah. Yeah, kind of like damn Roku. That's what that is. BLDV, Blue Diamond Ventures. That's a marijuana play. That's a marijuana play as well. Nice looking chart there. Again, the move was a couple days ago. SVT, that's service team, right? SVTE. Yeah, service team. I don't know how legit service team is. If we kind of had this thing. Ken called up about it a couple days ago, maybe a week and a half ago now. They make like little box like cars where it's like freezer cars for trucks. I don't know how legit the company is. You're gonna have to do your own research on that one. VPOR, Vapor Group. Man, here's the thing about these marijuana too. We're about to see the difference between legitimate companies and, the ones that are just playing around. The differences are going to be becoming very, very clear. And with this happening January 1st, the balance sheets of some of these companies are going to change forever. The balance sheets of some of these companies are going to really change, man. Some of these companies are going to become buyout targets, for the large tobacco makers. I've always said that I can see one of these large tobacco producers. What's the big tobacco producer around here? What is RJ Reynolds? Do they still go by RJ Reynolds? I know I'm kind of old. I've been RJ Reynolds. Okay, yeah, they're still in business. Okay. RJ Reynolds. I think they went private now, right? I don't know if are they private now? British American Tobacco. Philip Morris. What are the tobacco stocks now? BTI, British American Tobacco, BTI. British American Tobacco. See, I can see some of these marijuana companies becoming targets of some of these big boys, man. Altria, ticker MO. That's a $72 stock. Here's MO. Yeah, so I can see, Philip Morris, all of them other ones. Obviously, they're going to go with the ones with the best balance sheets, best, ones for growth. So you're going to have to make sure you're looking at a legitimate cannabis play. NTFL. Let's keep it low. Let's keep it going. PURA, Puration. up 12.9%. PURA Cannabis, also a cannabis play. Also a cannabis play. Yeah, I'm heavy in that MCOA, man. I'm real heavy in that. GLKIF, Great Lakes Graphite. Great Lakes Graphite. Don't know much about it, man. Don't know much about Great Lakes Graphite. You're going to have to tell me about it. Call up and give us the analysis. You guys know the number, 305-600-2896. If you got some deep analysis or something you want to talk about in terms of these stocks. Premier Card Payment for Medical Cannabis, certified by Visa, REFG. That's the kind of news I like to hear. Medical Cannabis Payment Solutions. Medical Cannabis Payment Solutions. Premier Card Payment Solutions provider for medical cannabis. You know, I gotta make some calls on that. I gotta make some calls on that because I want to know, you know, are these cannabis providers, you know, are they allowed to sell? You know, are companies like PayPal, you know, are they providing solutions to these people, or do they still have a very hands-off kind of thing when it comes to marijuana? Because obviously, you know, when the money starts flowing in, the conversation starts changing, and then they're like, oh, I think we want to be involved in this. So you know how that can come about. But I like that that idea you just brought up, Jeff, REFG, where they announced that they, let me see here, there's new generation of social. They're a medical cannabis payment solution provider, leading payment processing solution for the marijuana industry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the books and see whether or not they have to launch a new website portal, complete rebrand of its product offering. Yeah, I like that news that came out back on December 5th as well. That's some interesting news. Said banks don't fuck with them. Marijuana in Cali is cash-only business. Okay. So marijuana in California is a cash-only business. I wish that we knew about some publicly traded companies that were providing the security. Because I know marijuana security, man, that's big money too. The security apparatus around these locations, that's big money too. These people have the know-how to capitalize on the market. Okay. Yeah, I like your idea there, Jeff. I like your idea there, Jeff. And I'm loving the idea of investing in the business of cannabis. Not necessarily the growers and all that, but the guys who are behind the scenes of everything. I just love the upside potential. Just because the growers, you know, eventually customers will decide quality and where the quality is. But the business always has to, you know, be supplied. And that's kind of more of a B2B thing instead of a B2C thing. I like B2B. I said I didn't get killed in window, did I? No, actually, it's so funny you brought that up because I wrote that article on window. And I got a few comments on it. And no, I didn't short window yet, and I wouldn't short window yet. But I do believe window is in my opinion a scam. I think it's a scam. I mean, when you have a company that has a market cap that is getting to a point of over 400 million, getting to that level, and you, in nearly 10 years, you've never produced a product, you've never made a single dime in revenue, and yet your stock is up nearly, 400% for the year, that, come on. That's not legitimate. I got to write about that. So I wrote up on it. But no, I'm not short WNDW. I'm not short that. But I think in time, I'm going to be proven right about that. What was the stocks you could use to buy cannabis coins? Was there stock you can use to buy cannabis coins? I wasn't aware of that. You said can't get a loan to open up a MJ shop. Yeah. I mean, marijuana. All those guys who are in the marijuana business, they're all loaded, all from another business or getting it from mom and pop. You know, kind of that kind of situation. It's kind of that situation. I mean, you already have to have you got to be rich to get in. You got to be rich to get into the business. That's the fucked up part, right? I mean, that's the really fucked up part, because some of the best growers, many of these people have done real bids in prison because you had a criminal justice system that criminalized them for it, and now they have the ability to go legal, and instead of giving the opportunity for some of these people who may not have a $500,000 to start, you know, instead of giving them the ability to hey, go out, start your own business. It's only $100 a license. They're requiring these exorbitant startup capital requirements. So now the talented guy's got to go work for the rich guy who takes advantage of his skills, and he never ends up, you know, and not winning. So, you know, that's just government, man. And that's why I hate it. You know, that's why I hate it. It's a liberal state. California's a liberal state. And I'm not saying if it was a conservative state, it'd be better off, but I don't know. I don't think it would require that much if it was a conservative state. I don't think so. You know, I got a thank you Donald Trump video coming out tomorrow. That's really going to piss off a lot of people. I'm still thinking about whether or not I should release that video. You know, thanking him about some of the things that went on this year in the stock market, man. I mean, this guy changed a lot. I saw a lot of accounts this year that went from single digits, that went from 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures. You know? Oh, I'm probably not going to. I'm probably not going to do it because, you know, motherfucker's going to call you a coon and shit like that just because you made some money. I probably won't. Just because you made some money. EGO's bearish. Yeah, well, EGO. I mean, it's been a few days since we talked about EGO. So Frat Star, it's looking kind of. Let me see. Let me put the moving averages back on there. Where's my 50? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Now we're back above the 50. We're back above the 50 on EGO. Look. Here's the thing about gold. You know, I saw this conversation. You know, they had a short conversation on CNBC about it, that if this cryptocurrency thing falls apart, right? Let's say this cryptocurrency thing falls apart. And I'm not saying the altcoins. I'm saying Bitcoin goes back to 11, right? Could we see a rise in gold? Now, you know, that's... I guess you can kind of call it hearsay, but it makes some kind of sense that, you know, you might see another renewed energy in gold. I don't know. It's just talk right now. It's just talk right now. Andrew said it's unfortunately the American way. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. Yeah, you know, that license to grow marijuana should be $100 fucking bucks. $100 fucking bucks. Pay your, you know what I'm saying? Little bit of a background check. You know, I think if you had a felony, maybe you pay a little bit more. Especially if it's a felony when it turns up in marijuana, you pay a a little bit more. You know, but again, competition is beautiful, man. I love competition. You shouldn't be selling licenses for $500,000. You know, everybody should, you know, get I love more. That's why I'm, you know, as much as I'm a fan of Amazon is like a fucking Death Star, bro. Anybody here watch Star Wars? And by the way, I hate this new fucking Star Wars because I have a daughter. I'm big into women's empowerment. I get it, but dude, when you fuck up movies, I mean, they turn Luke Skywalker into a fucking bitch, bro. Yeah, how do you do that? You turn Luke Skywalker into an emotional. He's the ultimate Jedi, right? Into an emotional female. Then the woman takes on male characteristics. She has no fucking Jedi training, but she's a fucking Jedi. Now, how the fuck does that shit happen? What the fuck is going on? You know, and of course the black guy, he's a big fucking pussy. You know, he's just Ray, what's Ray? Come, you know, it's just, oh my god, man. Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I'm not. Let's keep it going. Yeah, but Amazon, Google, Facebook, they all need to be cut down to size, man. They need to be cut down to size because it's getting a little bit too scary now, bro. You know, your whole life is going to revolve around Amazon if the government doesn't do something soon. Your whole life is going to revolve around that fucking company, bro. Let's keep it going. What's going on, Zach Sweet? NTFL. I got a call from 919. 919, you're on the air. What's up?
Yo, what's going on, Sal?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
Man, this is NJB.
MJB, what's up with you, bro? What you got for me?
Man, what I got is I was just listening, but I had to call in about this Donald Trump thing.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. I'm not a fan of Trump. Never would vote for him in 100 years. But let me tell you something. I own Bank of America stock. And when he took office, I mean, the day he won the election, that Bank of America stock I own went from like 16, 17 bucks a share, went all the way up to like 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of hung around there for a little while. And then once the tax talk started coming, then it was shot back up, and it's getting close to 30.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, my portfolio was kind of, you know, average. But man, when as soon as he won that election, it changed the game for me.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I mean, and again, you know, just you saying that, man. You know, I know there's somebody who's watching this right now calling you a fucking coon for that, man. And that's
I know. I can't. Yeah, I can't even say this around my homeboys because they're gonna be like, "You a sucker." I can't express this, but I promise you, the day he won.
We gotta admit that some people who are well positioned to take advantage of his policies won, and some of those people happen to be us and happen to look like people who don't vote for him. And you know, say what you want about his you know, politics in terms of social issues. Again, I'm with you there. I don't agree with 90 other % of it, but when we're talking about the stock market and what he's done with some of these companies, publicly traded companies, and business in America in terms of, you know, these equity markets, man, he's killed it, bro. He has killed it.
Murdered it. I mean, I have to agree with you 100% on that. I mean, literally, the night he won, I think it was like midnight. I still remember it. It was midnight. The next morning, I go to check I get the alert on my TD. On my TD app, I looked. That stock shot up $1 and kept going. It was a crowd. I've yet to see anything like it with a stock, with that particular stock in anything I've owned, and it was just nuts. So, and I don't think it's over with yet. I mean, I think some of the stuff he's doing is going to artificially prop up the market, and it's going to come back later. But that's another issue. But as far as the stock market goes, I mean, these companies are talking about doing crazy buybacks on their own stock. Those are good signs.
That's absolutely. Appreciate the call, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, you gotta give them props where props is due. You know, I look like a fucking champion right now. You know, you guys know I came out with that video saying why that I was gonna vote for Donald Trump. Some people were calling me a coon then, calling me a sellout, calling me a race trader and all that shit, even then. You know what I'm saying? But again, just listening to what he was talking about, understanding how it was going to affect me as a trader, I saw the benefits in his plan. And I took the risk. And yeah, I knew it come with a lot of bullshit, but You know, if you were well positioned, I don't care if you were, you know, a guy with $1,000 who started off the year, or the guy with the million. If you had $1 million, obviously you've you know, quadruple that by depending on, of course, how you trade and whatnot. But you made money. Everybody's made money. Everybody's made money. Everybody's made money. You know, the 9-to-5 guy has 401k. He's made good returns on it. I mean, you can't deny it, man. You can't deny it. And props have to be given, man. Props have to be given. You know, props have to be given. So I'm still going back on if I should release that video though, because oh my God, you fucking coon. Oh, this. Hey Sal, how much did the Republicans pay you? Because when I released that first video, people said that how much did they pay me to make that video? I didn't get paid shit. I didn't get paid shit for that video. You know? All right, let's keep it going. BVTK. I don't know what BVT. I don't even know what BVTK is anymore. I know you guys like it. I mean, some of you guys here like it because you know it can move when it wants to. But they need to find an industry or something. I don't even. What is Brave Tech Solutions? What do they do again? Yeah, cryptos are bleeding. Yeah, cryptos. I do, man. I really do feel sorry for the guys who got into crypto at 18, 19, 17. You know, I do feel bad a little bit about that, man. Because, you know, you got some guys out there like Boyce Watkins and all of them that are, and for those of you guys who don't know it, that's a college professor. And he's just gotten so many poor black people into cryptocurrency, and now it's selling on its ass. He's not mentioning anything about it, and it's so sad because he sold a lot of dreams when it comes to cryptocurrency to a lot of ignorant people. You know, a lot of ignorant people, and you know, I'm seeing people talk about it on Twitter. If you type up, you know, a lot of people sending him, "Hey, Boyce, I'm losing money. Can you please help me?" Shit, man, it's sad. Yeah, you got to play it smart, man. But, you know, that's the thing about a lot of crypto is a lot of people getting the dreams, man. They're getting the, you know, the guys who don't know anything about the stock market, you know, didn't even really get a background in the equities. And they're like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to crypto. You know what I mean? Now, I can see you guys who have experience and knowledge of the equities markets. And then you're like, oh, okay, let me go into this cryptocurrency. But they're guys who don't know anything. They don't know what RSI is, MACD. They don't know nothing, and they're going straight to GDAX and like, oh yeah, I'm a trader. You know, paying that overpriced Coinbase, Bitcoin, CERC up 21%. What the hell is going on here, man? Why is that chart looking like that? That's insane. Why does that chart look like that? That's a monster kill. Monster kill. Multiple day monster kill, man. That's a nice move on there on CRC. Still hanging very nicely with today being the biggest gain on the run here for 21.69%. I mean, you're hot as hell right now at 88. But look, it's got space to go higher. We've seen as high as 97, 99 one time if you go back to the Intel when that was running. He said Moist Twatkins. Hilarious. Moist Twatkins. Nah, but yeah, no, boy, I'm not feeling Boyce Watkins. I've never been a fan of him because I think he's just an angry black man because he didn't end up making tenure at Syracuse. And if you don't know, in education, tenure is like where as a professor you can't get fired. Basically, you can just go out and say whatever you want and you can't get fired because you're a tenured professor. And he's kind of angry he didn't get tenured, so now he's just kind of going out here and, you know, and I respect the hustle. He's using his knowledge to make money, but he's not he's not a trader, you know. He's not a trader. And I think he's got a little bit of a hustle going on there. Do I show you how to use the colored volume bars? Yeah, it's in the colored volume bars is in when you right click, insert indicator, and then you go to public library. Go to public library and then type in colored volume bars and it'll pop right up. And colored volume bars is just basically about determining not only selling pressure but also whether or not it's selling off, right? So if it's heavily red, obviously you know what that means, but you know, it's better more on higher time frames than it is on lower time frames. Let's see, what's the problem? We see smart people. Yeah, but I mean, look, again, I don't want to change too much the subject, but again, you know, 90% of African Americans make under $100,000 a year. So the crab in the barrel mentality is very true for that, for, you know, our demographic. So when somebody appears to have a message that can say, hey, I can put you into a certain group that is very exclusive, right? I mean, if you are, you know, if you're black and you make over $100,000 a year, you know, you're basically a millionaire in any ghetto you can go. And there's no there's no black community you can't go where you can't afford to live, you can't afford to buy, you can't afford to, whatever it is. I mean, that's why, you know, I don't want to go into it because I can get into tangents, but there's a desperation for, you know, to want to get out of that group, to get out of that group, and it's real. And, you know, you just gotta have to be careful because some people are so hungry to do more and to do better and to be able to provide a better life, and that can lead, you know, people into making some horrible financial decisions. All right, so let's keep it going. What else was hot? Let me pull up my equity feed scanner. KBSF. Oh, this motherfucking KBSF, man. Before I wrap up the show, this KBSF, is this going to do it again or what? A KBSF is a really interesting play. I don't know. It could be the one deal, one hitter quitter on KBSF. It's fooled people in the past, so I'll keep an eye on it. But I don't foresee it doing what it did back in November. But here KBSF is back. IPWR, Ideal Power, 3 days of gains. You left a lot of people up there. In Idea Power. APWR on that stock. TAT. Let me see. TAT is another one. Obviously, everybody loves the marijuana XXII. XXII was an interesting move on that stock too. Real interesting move on XXII. Achilles Pharmaceuticals. Other than that, I'm trying to just figure out if there was any other interesting moves that we can look at. I'm still very, you know, Dries is kind of one of those stocks you can't forget about, man. You know, don't sleep on Dries, man, because I think there's something going on with Dries. There's something going on there. All right. DCIX, I'm just praying real quickly. DCIX, interesting move on DCIX because that's been a stock that's been a huge loser here too lately. Had a green day today, 4% move. Looking for confirmation tomorrow on DCIX. So let's see if we get some kind of unusual, you know, heavy buying day in DCIX. There's been a lot of red over there. I'd keep that on your list just in case. OPTT is another one. This is a renewable energy play. Nobody's talked about OPTT in a while, but it's a stock that's got a relatively low float, and it can definitely move. This is one that was, you know, really interesting to see that on the gain stock today. I'm seeing OPTT after hours. Yeah, nothing much going on there after hours, but interesting for that stock to have a nice gain on that one today. But other than that, nothing was better than obviously Watt and a couple other ways, but you really killed it today on the OTC marijuana stocks. The OTC marijuana stocks just really, really killed it today. Really, really killed it today. Proud of all of them. Bitcoin all done. I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin, man. I mean, this is what happens when buyers get tired, man. Let's brush up on crypto before we end the show. It's kind of what happens when buyers get tired, man. Buyers are tired, and it is what it is, man. I'm thinking Bitcoin's got to come back to 10 probably. Now it's looking to retest support. You're looking to retest support soon, especially if you continue losing throughout the night. We're going into the Asian session. In fact, the Asian session started about an hour ago. So let's see what the Asians are going to do. And right now, they're not buying. They're not buying heavily anyway. So we'll see. I mean, if you go on some of the other exchanges, Bitcoin's a lot lower, right? Bitcoin's a lot lower. So it's pulling back, man. It's pulling back. Somebody say get it while it's cheap. Here's my thing about Bitcoin. When you guys say get it while it's cheap, I mean, do you not feel it can go lower? I mean, what makes you think that 14 is where you want to get in at? I mean, you got a few days of support there, but now we're looking to possibly retesting that. And, eventually you can continue to retest support, but, that if that breaks, there's not too much of a floor underneath that. Jeff, you said I'll get hot on dries, and then I'm not excited about dries. I'm excited about the fact that it's holding, and we'll see what happens. Because this got some support, and that float it's small now. But yeah, going back to Bitcoin, there's not much support. Under 14, man. Everybody getting Bitcoin for Christmas. Yeah, it was that Christmas Day move, man. I guess guys went in the, that interesting. What was that? That was, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin. All I do know is that it's been kind of, and I was going to all the top tier ones, right? Look at Litecoin. Look at Litecoin falling off its ass from the 350s. Litecoin's losing its ass, man. I feel sorry for Bitcoin Cash people. I had a guy who came in, talked about how he bought Bitcoin Cash, in the high 3,000s. Look at Bitcoin Cash. So all these cryptos are selling off. And you got a lot of pissed off people out there, man. You got a lot of pissed off people out there who aren't going to share, right? Who aren't going to necessarily say, hey, I'm losing my ass over here. But they're out there. They're out there. You had some people who took the mortgage out on the house and did a whole bunch of this and that. And, now they're not doing so hot. Let me see. Mike Tyson Bitcoin is moving. Oh, okay. Yeah, not much. Yeah, you're up 100% today, but I don't know. We'll see what Mike Tyson Bitcoin is going to do. Other than that, we talked about how the other Bitcoin stocks, so far, it was an okay day for them. BTSC, what did that do? All right, Riot, Blockchain. Most of them were down today. You're going to see, most of them are going to be selling off. You're a few of them that, okay, for example, Elfin. Elfin was really unusual, up 8% on Elfin. I'm still watching Elfin. It's just been a scary stock. I wouldn't put any money into it. And it's more of a paper trade kind of thing for Elfin, just playing fun with that one. But overall, just be very careful with these cryptocurrency stocks right now. MGTI, I think, put on some it sold off. Okay, MGTI sold off today. That's a very bearish pattern. Look at that. Very bearish, right? Swallows up the previous day's candlestick right there. Spinning top candlestick. So this is a bearish engulfing pattern where you swallow up previous day's action. So this should pull down lower tomorrow on MGTI, unless you get a pretty good turnaround. But even on the RSI, we're seeing weakening happening here as well. If I put in the money flow, let's see, what are we getting on the money flow? All right, so yeah, even on the money flow, and again, some people are kind of trivial about the money flow index, and you know, it is what it is. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people say, hey, you might as well just use RSI. But I think it's got some different things to it. And you're gonna have to read up on it and explain that. But I think sometimes it's a good indication of capital leaving a stock. But also you can kind of see it here in the colored volume bars, right? So volume, you know, declining a little bit of interest, some interest selling off here. So we can kind of see MGTI, you know, getting a little dry. So we'll see what happens with that. Riot is a great, Riot has got some incredible volatility to that, man. Riot has got some insane volatility. It's a scary stock to short. I wouldn't even touch Riot. That's another one that can get, you know, can push you to the wall if you're not careful. If you're not careful, you know, be very careful with that one. The January effect, I was going to spend some time talking about that. The January effect is a very, January tends to be a very bullish month for the stock market because of November, December selling off. We saw the turnover in technology. I think technology is going to have another great year. Some people say we're kind of, when it comes to valuations, we're still a little bit overpriced when it comes to that. So, and I'm not sure what to say to that, right? Because I'm looking at some of these stocks like Intel. That was very close to its high before pulling back. Let me see here. NVIDIA trying to work its way back. And, you know, again, these are more expensive, but I'm talking about more or less for the call options. I don't want to miss out on another great year. You know, when you look at stocks like NVIDIA, stocks like, you know, Caterpillar, or some of the other tech stocks that ran really aggressive, and, you know, industrial stocks that ran, when you look at some of these December call options, right? When you look up the 150 call option for Caterpillar when that came out for December, you know, these 150, when they came out and the stocks were at 100, 115, obviously nobody knows it's going to go to 150, but you know, the institutions, they've got the capital to take those positions, right? Anyway, so when you look at 2019, you're seeing open interest at 200, 225, 250. They don't know whether or not the stock is going to get there, but the fact that they just have the ability to be there, you know, these companies, these banks make billions of dollars. And do some research, take some time to see, hey, you know, can you see a stock like a Caterpillar or a NVIDIA, you know, where NVIDIA is at 197? Could NVIDIA go to 260 in 2018? Can it go to 290? You know, and ask yourself, do you have the capital to you know, want to buy in now when, you know, it's at, you know, a nickel a contract or 10 cents a contract when nobody wants it, you know? It kind of goes back to making that kind of, you know, Warren Buffett-esque securities analysis type bet, right? I mean, you're really going to have to study and look into the company and see, does this company have the potential? Does that market cap justify it? Does the price to earnings justify that kind of multiple? It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, we talked about that last week of Robinhood getting into options. That's really exciting because that means we're going to see a lot of more of you guys getting into options, and that's going to be a good thing for everybody. It's going to be a good thing for everybody when people. The only thing it is, I already expect a lot of guys to get killed on time value, because you're going to look at those weekly options and you're going to say, God damn, if this can go to this, to that, within the next 7 days, I can be really, really rich. And a lot of guys are going to get killed on, the learning curve of the options, because they're going to go short term and they're going to get their asses handed to them. They're going to get their asses handed to them because they don't understand time value. Yeah. Absolutely. XRP was appreciate it, John. Pay for the delta. Yeah, I love paying. Yeah, and here's the thing about that more piece. When you pay for the delta, right? When you pay for time value, it actually ends up being it's cheaper. Obviously, when you pay for the time how do I say? Let me phrase that better. It's obviously more expensive when you pay for more time compared to a shorter option, but when the risk reward, it pays for itself. When the trade doesn't go your way, the fact that you can sell that time back, right? You can sell that time back and not be so, down on a trade. Whereas if you were on a weekly option, that alone, will put you in a lot better space financially, Yeah, Theta. That's what I meant, Craig G. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, delta is on the lower time frame. You get better delta. You said the key to options is time. No, that's not the key to options is still, you being able to read the chart and where the stock is and what's going to happen. But you want time, because if the trade does go right, I mean, that's where you want to be. You want to be riding your gains higher with that time. But if the trade doesn't go against you, you can sell that theta back into the market and not be, so far down on your trade. For example, I can talk about my Macy's trade. I had a Macy's trade. My Macy's trade wasn't until March. And the stock right now is not going my way. I've waited almost 2 weeks now, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna, I've got a $23 put option on Macy's, and I got a lot of time on it. Now it's not going my way, but I can sell that back to the market, and I'm only down a couple $100, and I'm fine with that. But if we were talking about an option expiring, and if it was expiring at the end of this Friday, or January 5th or 15th or something like that, then I'd be fucked right now, because I would have used up already 3 weeks. The value of the option has lost significant amount of time, especially when you get into the last 30 days of a life of an option. It really starts to eat up the value. It really starts to eat up the value, And this might be one where I'll just go ahead and dump. And it's not too bad for me. It's not too bad for me. All right. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Great show tonight, guys. Always good to talk to markets with you. Always good to talk to markets with you. Another great day. Marijuana's hot, man. Marijuana's hot. But, I'm really trying to get into some things before they run, and I think that for me is going to be these casino stocks. I know I'm playing it early. I know I'm playing it a little early, and we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. I got a list I'm working on. We'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Among what else is going on, we'll be watching Watt. We'll be watching all of these marijuana plays, of course. We'll be watching all these marijuana plays, of course. And we'll see, man. We'll see. Right. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. All right. Watching Dries. All of that. You guys already know what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat room who was watching live. We got to as high as like 107, 107, something like that. Shout out to all the people who watched the show. Somebody said that I might bring in freestockpicks.org back. The website's back up. I'm going to turn on the mailing list back on. Because I don't know. I just have a feeling about 2018, man. OTCs might come. You know, Tim Sykes had put out on Twitter. He's like, yeah, OTCs are back. I'm like, dude, give me a break. Like, we've been on that shit. Like, where you been at? But I still love them anyway, man. But, you know, that was kind of like, what the hell? But anyway. But OTCs, I think, are going to be hot 2018, man. You know, we got marijuana. We got a lot of things to look forward to. New states. You know, we got a lot of things, man. A lot of things. All right? Yes, indeed. Great trading week for, you know, to end 2017. Especially in small caps. Yes, indeed. So I'll see you guys back here same time, same place tomorrow. Nash Burn, Gucci, George M, Andrew Gladness, Michael Braxton, Michael B, and Bullard. Thank you. DJ Rob, Big Ken the Barber, Craig G. Who else is in here? More Peace, John Croco. Again, check out Black Box Stocks. Use my link, man. You want to take advantage of those alerts. Stay abreast on all the hot stocks. It's like a cheat code. It really is like a cheat code, man, for the market. It really is like a cheat code. What else is in there? Of course, you want to take advantage of Tim Sykes stuff, MillionaireTradingAcademy.com. Until then, guys, see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care, everyone. Later.